Well, LeBron is working on his victim image again. This guy just never has enough, huh? Always complaining and always setting up a narrative in case he ends up losing to someone. This time, it was after LeBron lost a tough game to the Warriors. And right after started complaining that the Warriors have upgraded and always find a way to become a dynamic team, and poor LeBron has to end up facing them against all odds again. After the Warriors beat the Lakers recently, LeBron James was asked about the tough loss, and his response was full of complaints and excuses again. I'm going to let you listen to that and what he said exactly in 1 second, and then I'll respond to it as always. But first, welcome. My name is Paul, and this is the Basketball Show, where I talk today's NBA, current events, news, players, and more. All completely unbiased. Even though some people disagree, because any opposing opinion to weak people is always hating. Truth is truth, and I try to stand by it. Again, and I keep repeating this, if you don't agree with something that I say, post proof that I'm wrong. If you just say I'm wrong without saying anything else, you're wrong. I just disregard the comment. It doesn't make any sense. Now, here are LeBron's comments after the loss to the Warriors. Check them out.
I've been a part of them making big acquisitions to change their dynamic of their team before. I've had to go against them when they added Kevin Durant. So, Jimmy Butler is great. He adds toughness to him. He adds a championship DNA type of guy. But it's always the same. They always figure it out. They always add somebody to mix it.
Now, you've heard what he had to say, and let me tell you something. Didn't he just get Luka Doncic? Didn't he just upgrade? He got a super versatile player that he wanted to get, and traded away an awesome center that helped him win a chip in LA. Damn, that center, Anthony Davis, had an awesome season before he was traded. With these kind of statistics, and as almost a first option on the team, you wouldn't say he would actually get traded. 26 points a game he was averaging as a Laker this season. 12 rebounds. 2 blocks. Damn. That wasn't enough for this guy? So he got Luka, 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists as a Laker. So the Lakers got more dynamic, and yet it's the Warriors that he complains about. This is the guy that had D. Wade, Chris Bosh, Kyrie in his prime and in his youth, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, Ray Allen, and now Luka Doncic. I'm missing some guys, and I know. But these just come off the top of my head. You had all these guys, pretty much every single one a Hall of Famer. And you gotta complain still? Damn, it's LeBron that always weasels himself in the best situation, tries to control the narrative, and runs from the one he just used up. He never sticks around to deal with the tough situation for a year or two. Yet he always complains about teammates, coaches, refs, media, fans. Damn, is there anyone else left to complain about? Maybe the guy that freaking cleans his toilets? I don't know. I'll tell you this, and let me know if I'm wrong. If this was Michael Jordan, and he was asked that question, in my opinion, this is what he would say, especially late in his career. And I quote, this is what he would say. Well, they got who they got. They beat us today. And we have to beat that if we face them in the playoffs. No excuses. We'll get it done. This is what I think Michael Jordan's response would be to a question like that. Different mentality, different approach. MJ would never victimize himself like this. And not every freaking time, and especially late in his career like this. with all the titles, all the experience, wanting to be called the GOAT. For 22 years, that's all that LeBron James has done. He always portrays himself as the victim being taken advantage of. He will always try to create a narrative preemptively when he feels he might lose to someone. And the narrative is going to say that he's either hurt somehow or he doesn't have enough support. He always makes it look like he's enough, but the pieces around him never are. This has been the staple of LeBron for 22 years now. Damn, this guy is such a hypocrite. In an interview, even with Pat McAfee, that everybody heard about, he said he has to protect players now and all that. And 2 sentences after that, he went on and literally said his team that got him to the NBA Finals with the Cavs before he left were a bunch of nobodies. That is such a shame to have a guy many young kids look up to these days to say one thing and do the complete opposite. That's hypocrisy at its finest. What kind of a role model are you if you say one thing and you do the total opposite? Where's the protection for those Cavs players that played with him then? The respect. Where's the appreciation? They were consistently one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. That's not LeBron's doing. That's a team stat. He has no shame. He's a narcissist, as I've said in videos before, and many other people did as well. And I'm sorry, but I'm one of those fans that just can't wait for the guy to retire and this garbage to end. We all have enough of it and want someone that will not be complaining or blame everyone else and everything else nonstop. Just a little longer, guys, and we will have an NBA liberated from the constant BS and narrative control of LeBron James. What do you guys think? You agree with me? Disagree? I want to thank you for watching this video. Consider becoming a supporter of the channel, a member, and share your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.